far sideline. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta. They were dominated last year. Not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Teague and Korver are the guards. Splitter is out there with Horford, and it's Millsap in at the 3 spot. Now here's Teague. 17-foot shot on the way. Horford no luck.
Great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Here's Harris. Call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. And Harris drops them both. And Atlanta has possession. Outside Teague. Passes it to Horford. Tries from 7. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. On defense, Atlanta. Payton kicks to Harris. Pass to Vucevic. The jump hook. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Millsap dishes to Horford. From 11 feet away. Connects. The jumper drops. Horford's got his second bucket tonight.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Picked by Vucevic. A wide open look here for Oladipo. That 3 off the mark. Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Scott Skiles. Doris?
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Teague. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Horford kicks to Millsap. Here's Splitter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And there's the feed to Gordon. Payton passes to Harris. Rebound, Atlanta.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Gordon. Izanya, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. And then for Atlanta, Cephalosha comes in for Splitter. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Now, here's Oladipo. Out to the right wing. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. A 3-pointer off the mark. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Hawks on top. They lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment from the Amway Center. take guys on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Boy, guys, their play in the low post has been excellent right off the bat.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Trailed by 5. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Orlando, Watson out there with Evan Fournier. Then there's Channing Frye. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Hezonja in at the 3 spot. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Schroeder. Hit by Horford. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Orlando. And a change for the Hawks. Splitters checked in for Paul Millsap. Horford dishes to Schroeder. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Hawks. Here's Fournier to the middle. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Tobias Harris.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Now here is Hardaway. Hit by Horford, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Peyton in for C.J. Watson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Cephalosha, and it's Teague for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Fournier. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
He had almost a free run to the hoop that time, Kevin. I mean, that was too easy.
And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Here's Horford. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Horford's got 8 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Peyton, and here's Frye from the arc. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Hardaway passes to Horford, tries from 10, and Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Gordon's checked in for Channing Frye. Outside T. Horford against Gordon. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that level.
Peyton drives inside, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Horford. Teague dishes to Horford. Splitter kicks to Teague. Just 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. And Orlando will come the other way. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Picked by Vucevic. Payton drives in. No good.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
High, arcing shot. Teague can't hit. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Hawks lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was a heated battle, and they were only outscored by 1, ending the half with a 4-point lead. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
You know, 2 things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Al Horford with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he really just broke out the entire arsenal of post moves there in that first half.
And I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve. I mean, he'll break them out as we start heading down the stretch. I'm sure of that.
The Magic trail by 4. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Teague and Korver are the guards. Horford is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Vucevic. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Vucevic has got the first basket of the second half here for the Magic. And here is Teague looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside for Korver. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basket.
Now here's Oladipo. Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. He kicks it to Vucevic. Lock at 6. Harris against Millsap. Harris misses.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Picked by Horford. Teague, the pass for Splitter. And stolen by Payton. And laid in to finish the break.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
performed last season. Averaged about 9 points a game last year, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he had to pay his dues that rookie campaign, earning his stripes. A lot of people think he could have a breakout year this season.
Well, his coaches, his teammates, they've been singing his praises, Greg. I mean, let's see if he can prove them right.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Aaron Gordon. Izanya, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Watson in for Payton. Now here's Millsap. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Korver against Oladipo. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Paul Millsap picks one up. Orlando shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Kicks it to Oladipo. Now here's Watson. He's guarded by Schroeder. Clock at 6. Here's Izanya. They grab their own miss. And it's good. Edmonds got 4 points this quarter.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Millsap a screen. Gets to Millsap. There's the pass to Horford. And stolen by Fry. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Watson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
And it's Schroeder missing. With 1 on the clock, that misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Atlanta up by 1. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. The Hawks shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Vucevic, and it's Harris in at the 3. This is out there for Orlando. Vucevic with the block. Payton drives in. There's Oladipo, and the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Here's Teague. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and 1 right there. He almost had it.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
And when they've worked the ball into the post throughout this game, they have had success.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. Atlanta also making some changes here. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Dennis Schroeder. And he's good on the second.
Well, they should be looking at a three-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Baden outside. There's a screen. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Oladipo. It's deflected. Millsap dishes the basement. Good. And the Hawks lead by 4.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Peyton kicks to Vucevic. Goes up the baseline, and he gets the jumper to drop.
See offense, folks, then you are getting your money's worth.
Yeah, you're getting all the snap, crackle, and pop you want from a scoring standpoint. I just hope you didn't come to see any D, because if you did, you've been in for a long day.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. .49 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Teague. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 4. A minute 42 left in the game. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. A 15-footer. And it's Vucevic missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
He'll Millsap a screen. Teague gets to Millsap. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Now it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 7. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. Atlanta making some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr., and it's Korver in for Kent Bazemore. Oladipo outside. 1:14 left in the game. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Shaked and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
Got him on the wrong foot, and then just blew by him.
Millsap a screen. Teague gets to Millsap, and he stuffs it on a pass to set him up.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
And stolen by Splitter. Teague against Payton. Teague with the ball. Horford high post. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Millsap. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. By 7. Oladipo, the pass to Harris. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Orlando, Paul Millsap at the line for 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Yeah, it's no-brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
Here's Vucevic, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
At the line, shooting 2. Nikola Vucevic.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Vucevic. 20 seconds left to play here in the 4th. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Do it. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Payton drives in, and Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Back to Oladipo. Here's Harris. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Magic, Thiago Splitter. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
Let's go.
Now here's Watson. Lasagna. No good there. And so it's Atlanta with the W. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Al, plenty of battling out there tonight. At what point did the team start to really respond in terms of trying to stay on top of the momentum in this game?
And it all started the second half. We didn't do a good job the first half. We let him hang around. But, you know, at least we reacted better the second half. This was one of those games that we just had to, you know, will our way to win this.
You toughed it out, Al. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan, Paul Millsap. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor.
You gotta love Paul Millsap showing us all of what he's capable of. He's tough to guard. He's got a tremendous combination of an inside and an outside game. He can really do it all. He'll get you points at the rim, and he can knock down a mid-range jump shot, whatever it takes.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. and the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.